Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stefan. Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to react to the Hungarian Boxing Championship, the one I took part in the 90 kilograms category. And we're going to react to my first fight from the championship. I was against Sebastian Huba. It was a very interesting fight. I won by TKO, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know if you can say TKO. I mean, it was a stoppage for sure. I think I made quite a few mistakes and I didn't box the way I wanted. I could feel that ring rust because I haven't boxed for a year now, but it's totally fine, especially after not stepping on the ring for quite some time. I think I did better in the second fight. I was more technical, more patient, a bit less scrappy. It felt more like a street fight, to be honest. We're going to react to it together. I'm going to pause quite a few times to explain some details. Ref gets in the ring. I had my coach hold the ropes for me. It's definitely easier to step in the ring like that. He told me usually don't do this, but I was like, it's funny, you know, let's just do it. Saluting everybody. Same thing when it comes to that. Usually you do that at the end. I don't think it's a mistake, but yeah, whatever. The music was really good. I love the music. For my first fight, that was really good. I loved it. I was a bit stiff, so I was like shaking my arms a little bit, throwing some uppercuts. I think I started well, but then it started to be a little bit scrappy. You'll see, you'll see. So I start feigning, throwing some jabs. I remember that. Yeah. Okay, we're doing good. I think it's gonna be like here. I think I threw like a right cross, but it was a bit messy. It's gonna be here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, we exchanged hooks here. It was nice. I was not expecting him to go in, like, you know, to fight like in close combat, but it was interesting. I was like, okay, I accepted it because I like to have a good scrap as well. But like I said, it felt like it ended a little bit in a street fight. I made a few mistakes because sometimes yeah. So here the ref was telling me I hit with the palm of my hand. It was accidental. Told me turn your punch a little bit more, so that's what I did. But sometimes it happened. My goal was definitely not to you know, slap my opponent or anything by any means. But yeah, you'll see it happened multiple times during the fight. I do recognize that, but it's just to give you guys a little bit of context so you're not lost in all that. So yeah, I apologize to my opponent. Got back into it. Yeah, here again, I agree that I didn't always turn my punches in. I didn't do it on purpose, obviously. So yeah, that was on the back of the head. That was pretty good. He's also a little bit pushing, you know. It was like we're a bit wrestling. It was funny. He caught me good there. That was nice. Yeah, he caught me twice there. I was like, okay, bam, bam. But yeah, I stepped in with the shot, and he told me I hit him with the palm again. I don't think it was, but I was a bit skeptical about that one though. But yeah, here as well, like I said, I did a few mistakes. That was a really rusty, not my best performance. Yeah, see, that's the thing. He also hit me in the back of the head, and the ref wasn't telling him anything about it. Like, it's an accident. I don't think my opponent was doing it on purpose as well, but that can happen when you're in close range. I mean, yeah, here that was. I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me go back. I threw an uppercut. I missed, and then I came back with a left hook. I think I caught him, but then he caught me with his left hook, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a bit. Yeah, that was a bit. Here he caught me with a really nice cross. That was I like. It's not that I felt it, because luckily he didn't like hit me right on the chin. It's more like the mouth, and that's why my mouthpiece, you know, flew away pretty much. Is interesting. Here, boom. I think he hit me like right here. I stepped in. I don't know, my guard was not there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, right there. Boom. And my mouthpiece just flew away. But I was fine. I was totally fine. I was like, oh shit, my mouthpiece got out. But it was funny because my opponent thought it was his mouthpiece, and I was like, no, it's mine, bro. I thought that, yeah, I went back in the neutral corner because I thought the ref's gonna put it back in my mouth, but no, he asked my my coach to clean it. Like, okay, it's fair enough. Check my opponent. Yeah, that like, I don't know why I did that. I think it's not even fear or anything. I think it's just the adrenaline or whatever. Like usually when I throw a right cross, it's precise. I do it properly, like relaxed. And here you can clearly see I was stiff, and I leaned into it. Like, that was really bad. That was really bad. I was being a bit more patient here. I was waiting for him to make a mistake, so I was probing a little bit with my hard guard. Went with the body shot again, jab to the body. Boom, I went back up. Yeah, that right cross was a little bit better, but it's not clean. Still landed though. Yeah, okay, that was really nice. I remember that shot. Yeah, so I missed that first hook. And then yeah, there we go. That was beautiful. Bam. Okay, I missed, and then here, bam. Wow. There's a sort of check hook. I used that in my second fight as well. It was really good. I started to be more aggressive. Okay, here my goal was not even to headbutt him, so I ducked right under the punch, and the ref called me out on that. I was like, okay, fine, I get it. If I see a hard punch coming my way and I can't defend it, or I can't pull back and I can't do anything, I'd rather duck than take the punch. I get it. It's fine. My head was low. I said, okay, sorry. Okay, that was a nice right uppercut, left hook. He tried it as well. Okay, here's the same thing. He was leaning in, so sometimes I caught him with the palm of my hand, but it was fine. Like not most of the shots, but some of the shots were with the palm of my hand. Okay, some of them were clean. Okay, here, yeah. So he was leaning in like this, and so some of the punches didn't land clean. Yeah, but the last one was good. So I was hitting with the palm of my hand, and here I did turn the punch. Let's do it again. Yeah, there we go. There, I turned the punch. I realized my mistake. I turned the punch. Okay, so here there's an accidental headbutt. I remember. I didn't feel anything, to be honest. We both got into close range, and it was purely an accident. I think, yeah, we both got into there. I got into there as well, and we accidentally headbutted each other. So basically here, the ref told me to keep my head up and deducted a point. I was like, okay, I was a bit pissed. I was like, man, that's not fair, but it is what it is. It happens. It was an accident. So he started counting him. It was a bit confusing, to be honest. I was like, what the hell is going on? And that was the end of the round, pretty much. But my opponent looked completely tired, like gassed out. All right, so here was a bit more patient. I wanted also to watch out for those mistakes that I made the round before. So I tried to turn my punches and everything. Avoid any accidents. I was also baiting a little bit with the high guard. Okay, that was risky. I sort of threw like a gazelle punch, but to the body. And then what I did, I remember, but you're going to see it right there. I did the same thing, and then I went to the head. But that was super dangerous. Do not do that. Like, do not. Like, again, I was rusty. I think that's the worst. Like, if I was against a more experienced boxer, I would have probably got, like, knocked out for that one. That was horrible. Okay, I think I tried again here. Blocked the punch. Bam, again. But I went up. I don't think it landed clean. My coach telling me to get my hands up. Yeah, it's just really trying to bait him. Yeah, there we go. That was a nice counter. So I was baiting. He jabbed. And then he jabbed again. I parried, and then I threw a left hook. Boom, landed. I think it landed clean. Not sure, though. I think he blocked a little bit, but I think it did land. Yeah, no, it landed. Okay, that was nice. Yeah. He's baiting again. Trying to counter. I didn't want to punch the back of his head, but the fact that he leaned in again made it so. And unfortunately, the ref called me out on that. Yeah, so I apologized, and we went back into it. Yeah, that was a bit scrappy. I was trying to avoid headbutts as well. Okay, that was nice. I think I did hit him with the palm of my hands again. It was not precise, but that last punch was really nice. That right hook. Bam. Yeah, that landed flush and clean. Yeah, I was already tired. I could feel it. Yeah, so here my coach was telling me to throw more straight punches. But that right uppercut, left hook again was really nice. Okay, he deducted me a point again. That was confusing. Hold on. Let me check that again. Because I remember that moment. I was also confused. I did turn my punch in, which is weird. Let me see. No, I did. Okay, so I did turn my punch in. And then he deducted me a point because he told me I was basically hitting with the palm of my hand again. Which wasn't true for that case. I was a bit confused. I was like, okay, what? I was like, okay, my bad. I was a bit confused, but I was like, okay. Yeah, that's funny. My opponent basically went in the neutral corner. Bro's just sitting on the corner. I felt that he was gassed out, and I agreed with my coach. My coach told me they should have counted him out during the first round. So apparently I hit him below the belt, which is not the case. Let me check that again. No, that was not below the belt. Yeah, no, that's not below the belt. Okay, yeah, there's nothing there. So it was pretty funny because we just stopped boxing for a sec and we both looked at the ref like, what? Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. I want to watch that again. Hold on. So again, same thing. Wait, okay, rear uppercut, left hook. Bam, bam. Oh, that was nice. That right hook to the head as well was really good. He's blocking his punches. Yeah, I think I did hit him with the palm of my hand again. That was an accident. I don't know. I struggled with this gloves a little bit, to be honest. Okay, that was nice. Left hook, right cross to the body. Left hook to the head, right cross to the body. But yeah, what happened here is I think I grazed his chin with the left hook because I did feel something on the glove, and then I threw that right cross. I fully extended my arm to really reach his body, and it did. I think it did land. Yeah, let me check. So left hook. Yeah, I think he felt that one. Okay, so here I screamed, and there was like, it's like, you're not allowed to do that. It's like, sorry, my bad. But look, like, honestly, again, you could see my opponent. He was just gassed out. Like, he was exhausted. He couldn't keep up. So I threw another batch of punches, and then he was like, hold on. Yeah, he raised one of his hands. He's like, nah. I was like, okay. I tapped his shoulder and I went back into the neutral corner, but I think he was not. I already knew he was not gonna keep going. I think it was due to the body shots. Being hit to the body for 2 rounds like that is quite devastating. That's why I use it, to be honest, because I know it's effective. So here, yeah, he was tapping his left shoulder and telling his coach that his shoulder hurts. He told me after the fight, I remember that he suffered from a shoulder injury not a while ago. But yeah, that was a bit weird. Again, that fight was a bit confusing. But yeah, fun fact, I think I'm going to display the score here. So 3 of the refs gave the win to blue. 2 of them scored a draw, which is interesting. I was like, what? Yeah, he did land some clean punches, especially during the first round. I landed way more, so I was a bit confused at the scoring. But I think they were not expecting a guy with like few fights to just step in the ring, beat a guy that has a little bit more fights under his belt. But whatever, it was a bit funny. But I apologize to the ref. It's like, hey, my bad. Yeah, I've been boxed for a year, blah, blah, blah. It was funny. But again, like, respect to my opponent. It was really good. Like, I enjoyed it. He was hitting hard. I think he was hitting harder than my second opponent. So yeah, it was interesting. After the fight, my opponent asked me for a rematch. I said I was totally down, so we could definitely run it back. So yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, like, I don't want to repeat myself, but I did a few mistakes. I didn't box the way I wanted, but it's not surprising. Again, the ring rust was definitely present and it did have an impact on my boxing. I felt that's not usually the way I box, but that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope you found it valuable as well. We will definitely react to my second fight, so the semifinals, in the next video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and also share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm curious to see what you guys think about it, and see you guys later. God bless you. Peace.